All right. I just wanted to go over how to use OneDrive one more time for you guys and go through each step one by one. So, the first thing you need to do is go on Edsby and find this link. All right. You can copy and paste it into some new window as such. Now, mine's already logged in, but if you need to log in, remember it's the same way you get into Edsby. You put your student ID and the password is going to be your Edsby password. That'll take you right into OneDrive. So if you're in OneDrive and already logged in, then you can go ahead and open it this way. But you have to use the school to OneDrive. There's no other way this file can be shared, sadly. So once it goes ahead and loads and you see kind of everything filling in slowly right now, what you can do is go ahead to File, and you're going to want to save a copy. What it does is it makes your own version of this assignment. So you can go, I know it takes a little while for the whole thing to load, but what you're gonna wanna do once everything's loaded and all these things turn dark, that's generally the way to go, is you go to File and go to Save a Copy. So when you save a copy, it's gonna save it online. So when you do that, go ahead and put Fun with Equilibrium and put your name in here. It helps me understand and helps you find the file that you want to find. All right, go ahead and hit save, and it's going to take a moment, and it's going to create a copy of that assignment. And what you'll notice is it'll open it right away. And instead of it saying what I have student fill right here is the name of this one, that's for you guys to fill out, you're going to go ahead and see student name right there. Once that pops up and that's created, and sadly, if you guys can't tell, I'm at school, so it's actually a lot slower than it should be. What that's going to create is that new file for you. Once you get the file, you can adjust and move the lines and curves to make the graph correct. So make sure you do that. Make sure you fill everything in and double check your work. And when you're done doing that, what you can do is go ahead and save and submit it. So once you do, now that our new folder or file is coming up, which you guys can now edit, you can go ahead and move things around as you see fit. And sorry, this takes a moment here, but loading the program would too. So it's not really that much faster or slower. So as this all loads, you will go ahead and be able to type in answers like I did here. And what you want to do next is you go to File, once again, it takes time to load. So remember, you save a file to OneDrive, but that's not submitting it. Just remember that. Next year, when we're using Canvas, that will work. But this year, sadly, not so much. Okay, so now it's all set, and we can move this. We could maybe say this was like a decrease in demand, and I could go ahead and change some text down here and put decrease, and then I could move all my equilibriums and stuff like that. But then when you're done, when you've done everything, go ahead to, and by the way, it auto saves right here. So notice how I can move something like that. It says saving right here. If I just give it a moment, it will save it automatically for me. So when it's in OneDrive, you don't have to hit the save button. But if you open it on PowerPoint on your computer, if you're using your own program, you will have to save it. Okay, so now I'll go to File, and what I want to do is download it. To submit it on Edsby, you need to put a file on your own computer. You can't just use OneDrive. So you go to Download As and download a copy. So it can be a PDF right here, or you can actually use this. So do not use the bottom ones, just use these two. So you go ahead and download a copy. It'll say it's ready, and when you hit download, you'll see that it shows up down here on your computer. What I strongly recommend is before you do that, I would open it if you can. You don't have to, but you can go ahead and see that, okay, when I open it, now I'm actually in PowerPoint and not OneDrive, that it saved all the changes I made. And now I'm finished with my assignment. It looks how I want it to look. I mean, this one's not finished, but you can go ahead and then go to Edsby, go to a submit button on the assignment and upload it there. So you would essentially just go back to the assignment and where you guys have that submit button, submit it, you go to the page over page and put the file there. That's all I got to do to use OneDrive. It's a great skill to learn. So even if you're scared to use it, it's free. It's what you're going to be using a lot more in the future. So I really recommend you give it a try. All right. Good luck, guys. And I hope this helped.